Welcome back to PerpTech Daily. I'm Aaron. In today's episode, we have a lot of good updates coming from Hyperliquid, Lighter, PumpFun, and the macro. We're going to be talking about a lot of things. Let's first take a look at the price of Bitcoin. Bitcoin right now is up, a little bit, about 0.5%. And yeah, I'm still not really liking Bitcoin in the next couple of months. It's still looking like it's hanging on by a thread, but that's that. Hyperliquid has hype bottomed. So hype has been kind of tailing off the last couple of days, and now it's up 3.68%. It's looking like it's starting to run a little bit, which is good to see. Lighter up only about 1%, but overall, good to see Hyperliquid doing this. We're going to find out in the next, couple weeks or so if it's going to be able to maintain this rally or if things are going to tail off. So we'll see what happens. PumpFun starting to move up. Pump's looking really, really nice right here. Still, I think super undervalued considering the numbers it puts up, which we'll talk about later in this video. Meteora still looking pretty good. It's kind of a much smaller token than the rest of the three, so it's able to move a lot more really quick. It can get tossed around, but it's still looking pretty good in my opinion. But let's go to our first macro story of the day. President Trump says the Strait of Hormuz is completely controlled by the United States, so we're getting more war news. It's kind of the same thing that's been happening the past 2 months where I can't really even keep up with it at this point of who has control of the Strait of Hormuz or the war is going on or not, but it is, market affecting news, so I'm going to cover in this video. So yeah, now it's completely controlled. We'll see where it looks like in a week or two from now. Let's go to the Hyperliquid stats page. As you can see in the next 24 hours, not even that many TWAP buy volumes, about $1 million dollars worth of TWAP buy volumes. I want to go check in right now on the Hyperliquid competition. So you can see it's not at an all-time high, but the amount of market share Hyperliquid has in terms of open interest versus centralized exchanges is still looking pretty good. So this is very healthy to see and good to see that the growth is there. Now I want to talk about this. Shout out Lewis on Twitter. Jeff, the founder of Hyperliquid, put out some more news that's good about Hyperliquid. So take a look at this straight from Jeff in Discord. LTV for Hype has been increased from 50% to 65% on testnet with the mainnet update and anticipating the following network upgrade. This change is based on significant battle testing of the portfolio margin system and deep on-chain spot liquidity with nearly 100M worth of active borrows on mainnet today. As a reminder, portfolio margin is part of the mainnet bug bounty program. So Lewis breaks down why is it bullish. LTV equals how much you can borrow against your hype. At 65%, $100 of hype now lets you borrow up to $65 instead of $50. That makes hype more useful to hold, not just trade. You don't dump an asset you can borrow real capital against. Higher LTV equals stronger hands. So the idea here, I guess, is less selling pressure. Jeff backed it with hard proof, a battle test portfolio margin system, deep on-chain spot liquidity, and nearly 100M in active borrowers are already running on mainnet today. More collateral utility equals more lock supply, more on-chain activity feeding the flywheel. The fundamentals didn't break. They're getting stronger while prices red. So I do see this as good, and it's good to see that the team is innovating and constantly trying out new things. We'll see if it, makes a... I guess we probably won't... It's going to, be shown in the long term how impactful this decision is. But let's talk about this. Once again, there's a lot of stuff that gets thrown around on X. I have no way to fact check Hyperliquid Daily or anything. But apparently the first Japanese public company is bought in Hype. Tokyo Stock Exchange Growth Market listed EEL disclosed purchase 1,000 Hype for about 10 million yen, $66,000. And they're, planning to scale their position to about 600K. So honestly, not that much, but this is good to see. So now let's go over the Lighter. Lighter's open interest is not really been able to maintain the 900 mil level. And, the volume is starting to pick up a bit, which is good to see compared to what we were seeing kind of a month ago and things. But recently there was a podcast. We covered it in our video on Friday. We watched a couple clips from it. But the full podcast with Lighter's COO has now been released. And if you want to learn more about Lighter and stuff, you could go watch that on the roll-up. So I'll probably go watch it just to see what's going on and stuff. And one of the team members from Lighter, one of the new team members, just put out this update today. And I'm going to there's a lot of stuff in here, so I don't want to go over the whole thing. He talks about Robinhood, and then he kind of dives into the infrastructure. He talks about, stats and all this stuff. But if you're into Lighter, I would highly recommend following Trevor _Flipper. He's, once again, he works for Lighter, and he also used to work at a research company. So he's really good at what he does. And I'll probably be reading this on my own time. But, you know, this is kind of a quicker news video and stuff like that. But he talks about a lot of things. And it's good to see that the team is being very transparent and stuff like that. Now let's talk about the PumpFun newsletter. So this is coming from this guy right here, is one of the co-founders of PumpFun. So take a look at this. Revenue and pump updates. Protocol fees from the bonding curve, pump swap, and terminal totaled over $9 million for the last week. Up 18% week over week. Over the past 7 days, $5 million, almost $4.5 million in pump tokens was bought back and burned. Okay, and this is a part of their 50% buyback and burn program they have. And overall, I think pump is still, it's, you know, I don't know. I don't even think it's really that controversial to say that this is going to be a very good play for the bull market. I see pump as leverage on the crypto bull market. When things get more bullish, people are always launching meme coins. And even though the market in crypto is shit, people are still launching meme coins. So I think the bull market's just going to be gasoline on the fire that is PumpFun. And honestly, wouldn't be shocked to see it do a 10, 20x from here. Maybe that's crazy. Maybe it does or doesn't happen. I don't know. But things are looking pretty good for PumpFun here. But overall, that's all we got for today's video. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure to subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment, go follow me on X, and see you tomorrow. Thank you for watching.